Welcome to the Know, I'm Ashley Jenkins. One independent study is now claiming that Xbox Live is both faster and more dependable than PlayStation Network. This study, performed by analysis firm IHS Markit and published over at Xbox Wire because of course they wanted to publish that, found that overall Xbox Live beats PSN in a number of categories online. Some of those would include the speed to log into the two services, the speed to access game servers, and the speed of connecting with friends and parties. Xbox Live also won out in playing matches uninterrupted and the overall experience category, which measured things like the speed of sending invites. PSN did, however, have the edge in one category, which was the reliability and speed of finding players for matchmaking. Now, one thing that the study didn't cover, and really probably should have, was which service offers better download speeds, because seriously, downloading the updates takes forever. Also not measured? Fallout 4 mods. Sony's been on a lot of press conferences lately, and they just held another one overnight for their Japanese fans ahead of this week's Tokyo Game Show. The event mostly covered things that Sony assumed we Westerners wouldn't really care about. However, they did pump up today's new HDR update for all PS4s. Another notable announcement was the brand new trailer and delay for Kingdom Hearts 2.8 Final Chapter Prologue to January 2017. Plus, February release dates for Nier Automata and Nioh. Kojima also took the stage to talk vaguely about Death Stranding, because there's no way he could be specific about that one. Let's be honest, even after it comes out, we're gonna be playing it going, what is going on? But he did confirm that it's gonna be an open world action game with multiplayer, which once again, doesn't tell us much at all. Classic Kojima. Everyone's favorite developer also teased further announcements for September 18th. Hopefully this time it's more than just a studio trailer. We'll see if Sony has any other big surprises in store for TGS this week. A $40 action-adventure game penned by Joe Staten of Halo fame and created by Mega Man's Keiji Inafune sounded like a dream come true for Xbox fans, but so far, unfortunately, the reviews for Microsoft Studios' newly released ReCore have been anything but consistent. The game currently sits at a 63 on Metacritic with a whole wide range of opinions from around the internet. Some praise the game's simple mechanics as feeling old school, while others say they get boring way too fast. Many reviews praised the game's first few hours as offering tons of promise, but ultimately found that the game failed to live up to it. The biggest knock against the game, however, comes from a technical standpoint. Apparently, it's marred by frame rate issues, extremely long loading times, which I can confirm, and a frequent crash. So, maybe it'll be better after a patch or two, but at the very least, doesn't sound Mighty Number 9 bad. So, bringing it back a little bit at a time, Inafune. Just how good is Game of Thrones? Well, it's now the most decorated drama in the entire history of the Emmys, and the primetimes aren't even done yet. The show that loves to break your heart and kill a bunch of people also loves breaking records, apparently, because it took home 9 new Emmys in the Creative Arts Emmys show this weekend. The Creative Arts Emmys, not to be confused with the main event, the live show, celebrates more of the technical work around TV, such as audio mixing, visual effects, and casting. That brings Game of Thrones' total Emmy Awards to 35, beating out previous dramas The West Wing and Hill Street Blues, which I've never heard of. But I don't watch a lot of TV, so that's not too surprising. Considering it's up for 23 additional nominations at the upcoming live Emmy show, it's safe to say it'll probably pass Frasier's 37 Emmys to become the most decorated scripted show in the history of TV. The most awarded show overall would still belong to Saturday Night Live with 45 Emmys, but come on, they've been on TV for like 41 seasons. So, it makes sense. While it seems most actors wouldn't want to touch the DC cinematic universe with Robin's battle staff, one actor's trying his darndest to flip his way in. Actor Ryan Potter, who voiced Big Hero 6's main character, Hero, has been campaigning pretty hard lately to play Tim Drake, aka Robin, alongside Ben Affleck's Batman on screen. In fact, Potter wants to play Robin so badly, he's created a fight scene to show off his potential Robin chops. Potter fights, flips, and does all he can to show he's got what it takes to play Tim Drake in an upcoming Batman pick, and even gives Affleck a little shout out at the end of the video. A Robin costume is seen on screen during Batman v Superman, but it belongs to that universe's Jason Todd, who was killed by the Joker. That would leave open a storyline for Batman to take on a potential new Robin. We'll just have to wait and see if Batfleck is willing to take on a new sidekick. The moon is constantly blamed for werewolves and all kinds of craziness, but a new study shows it might also be partially responsible for some of our largest earthquakes. So you got that one too, moon. Researchers out of the University of Tokyo put together these new findings in which they looked at the strength of the moon's pull relative to the occurrence of major earthquakes. After analyzing 2 decades worth of data, they found that some of our most devastating earthquakes have in fact happened when the Earth was under very high tidal stress. Now, this doesn't mean that all earthquakes are caused by the moon, but the researchers believe that tidal stress can start to create the fractures that trigger major earthquakes to occur, meaning the probability of a bigger earthquake could be higher during a new moon or a full moon. Of course, scientists need to look at more data to figure it out for sure, but until then, we can just try our best to sleep easy at night, unsure of whether or not the moon is plotting to end us all in our sleep. Sega's at it again. The company most recently well known for creating a lot of terrible Sonic games and throwing shade on social media is now going after Nintendo's heavy-handed DMCA policies. Following the release of the fan-made 3D game Green Hill Paradise Act 2, the official Sonic the Hedgehog account showed up in the YouTube comments of Game Grumps' Let's Play of the game. I love Game Grumps, they're great. Sonic commented, "BRB DMCA time," followed by, "Just kidding, keep making great stuff, Sonic fans." This is clearly a jab at Nintendo's recent shutdown of a number of high-profile fan-made games, including more than 500 all at once on indie game site GameJolt. Of course, we do have to point out the irony that a fan might have made a better game than Sonic has released in years, but hey, just keep up the salt, Sonic social media. You guys are providing some good laughs. We love the salt. Also, it'd be really funny in a sad way if suddenly the Sonic trademark was not good anymore because of it, but hey, that would be something to talk about. The video game industry is losing one of its greats. Chris Metzen, Senior VP of Story and Franchise Development at Blizzard Entertainment, is retiring. Metzen, who's best known for co-creating little-known games like StarCraft and Diablo, announced his retirement on Blizzard's forums yesterday. At 42, Metzen says he's leaving the video game industry to spend more time with his family. Metzen first joined Blizzard back in 1994 as an artist, but quickly moved into a writing role to help with the Warcraft series, of which he later became creative director. In 1996, Metzen co-created the Diablo series, and in 1998, he was the lead designer for StarCraft. He was really busy. Since then, he's been in charge of lore at the studio and also helmed projects like Overwatch. So congratulations on all your accomplishments, Metzen, and maybe we'll see you back in the world of video games at some point. You can create more cool new stuff for us, possibly. If not, enjoy the time with your family. They're lovely. That does it for today's roundup. Let us know your thoughts on all these stories down in the comments, and for future updates from every corner of the internet, like this video and subscribe to The Know. Oh my god, I have to cough. I swallowed some of my own spit on that last paragraph. I was just so happy about his family.
So with Sega doing the DMCA stuff, does that mean that they're going to take off the DMC claim that they made against Streets of Rage Remake, which the fans
Oh no, they're not going to do that, Caden. Don't be silly.
I mean, those guys.
The DMCA claims on Streets of Rage, whatever, that stays.
Sonic's fine though.
It's not. I mean, it's only because they got to make a tweet about it.